Do 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 do. Mic check 1 2 1 2. There we go. Do 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 do. Meow 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 meow. Am I beautiful? Good. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. Mm-hmm. Meow 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 meow. Meow 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 meow. That doesn't taste like vodka. Meow 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 meow. Well, I like these, but I don't love them. I like this more than the forest I have, though. I have the stained glass forest. I like this one more. But I would still prefer all of them be the Kamigawa ones. So I might just hold out. Oh man, this is such a good forest, though. I want it. I want it. I need... Oh. Huh. Really? I've never played that one. What is this? Oh, that was for the midweek thing. And then that was that. Yeah, okay. Yeah. What's behind door number? I want to play this one still. I haven't played a like this kind of strategy in a long time. I mean, bro, it's just Scythus, but like, it's the same deck as Scythus. It's just the same deck. Maybe a little different, but like not really. Like what I don't even have a Scythus list. Oh yeah, this is an enchantment. This is the weirdest card, I swear. Why is it colorless? I don't get that. Oh, that actually, yeah. Same with that, I guess. This is interesting. There's better 6-minute ramp spells, though. I feel like I still don't like this card. I don't think this is very good in Historic Brawl. Same with this one. This one's kind of like... doesn't quite do enough for me. I feel like Once Upon a Time would be like... just better. Is it reasonable to kill people with ethereal armor? Probably. What's this do? I saw a Seal Away the other day. Didn't think I'd see anyone play Seal Away again. Could play Seal Away myself. Oh, this is an enchantment. Kind of like this. I feel like this is going to be the easiest thing to, like, put together. I don't think I like Ghostly Prism. I would probably try it if it wasn't a mythic. Why is this a mythic? Oh. Yeah, Yuna's like, it's just Scythus. That's all it is. I could argue it's probably, you could probably run the exact same 99. And Scythus is one of the best commanders, so it's doing the same thing. This probably goes into Scythus now. Yeah, probably. I would say so. You can pariah your opponent's creatures. People seem to forget that. You can still get hosed by, like, Farewell and stuff. I'm actually kind of... Alright. Thought I would have seen more cards by now. So Mothering Tithe is not bad, but it's also not necessary. Oh, this is an enchantment? Ooh. Yeah, Calyx. Yep, same thing there. Same logic. Oh, this is an enchantment too. Right, that's funny. It's just islands, right? Yeah, I don't think Carpet is like a real card. You can't play Ground Seal, right? Yeah, I can't. Oh yeah, we get the best mana dork ever. Sigil? That's the 4/4 thing? Almost forgot Overwhelming Splendor. How dare I? Oh yeah, Sphere of Safety. That's right. I don't think I care about this. I don't know why I care about it. I feel like I don't care about this at all. This doesn't seem relevant. I'm not trying to kill my opponent with a bunch of random 4/4s that show up pretty late. I mean, I'll put it in, but it probably won't stay in. I'm not feeling that one. Well, Up the Beanstalk is just an enchantment and has the benefit of also sometimes doing more, so... There's the Mossborn Hydra in enchantment form. I don't know where I'm putting that though. I imagine there's a finality counter. Yeah. Sagas are pretty easy. Defense of the Heart feels reasonable. Find a scary thing to do with that. It's pretty easy though. It has to come in a deck, right? Yeah, it's not like Tooth and Nail. You can't. If you draw it, you're like, maybe defense isn't right then. If we draw half our deck every game, I probably don't like defense. Oop. I like that art. Isn't there one of... There's two of these, right? There's one that's a boar. Reanimating a random 6/5 is weird, but yeah, I like rampant growths. Who doesn't like some rampant growths? Who doesn't? What is that? What is that? Oh, that's what that is. Stupid noise. Okay. Much better. Much better. Yeah, I would assume actually putting cards in your graveyard is the most challenging aspect of Una, but it seems like I don't care because I'm just like this. I don't hate the mana ramp spells. I feel like it would be right to play those, and especially even the The bug. The Molt Tender can actually mill me. I refuse to play Gilded Goose. Can't make me. I guess Heroic Intervention. It's Teferi's Protection. I don't like Teferi's Protection too much though. Well, your commander costs 5, so reanimating enchantments doesn't really happen fast. I don't really care to like reanimate a 4-mana enchantment. Definitely Solitude. Scythers can play Approach. If we find ourselves drawing 8 cards a turn, we can play that as well. Maybe not right now. Probably Mythweaver Park. I kind of like Nissa. I don't know if we're like... We're probably not a big meta deck, though. Maybe it's unnecessary. Doesn't look like Tooth and Nail's an idea either. Calyx is fine. Nesting Ground? Is he human? Yeah. No, Reliquary Tower kind of doesn't work. Well, it does, but I don't need it. I don't want to go against my commander. Yeah, cycling enchantments. There's not a lot of those. Are there? I don't think there are. Yeah. Wow. Rip. No, 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 no. Actually, yes. Is this only aura? Moonbless Cleric? Right? Yep. I forget this one exists. I always play Heliod's Pilgrim. Which is actually just, like, worse in every way, isn't it? This has an additional creature type, has more power, and finds all enchantments, and this is auras only. I've been playing the wrong one my whole life. Look at that. Could play both. I probably should. I kind of want to play both, I should say. I'm in the mood to overwhelming splendor people all day, so. Elspeth conquers death? Eh. Oh, sagas, right. I guess. No, I don't like Sigil the Empty Throne. I don't like it. It doesn't look good here. Are these all the sagas? Huh. Thought there were more. Enlightened Tutor? Yeah. Which I think is a rare, isn't it? Oh, Enlightened Tutor. Wait, isn't that the 1-mana one? It's the, it's this, but the white one. I know what you're talking about. I thought you were talking about Idyllic Tutor. Which is kind of weird. It's sorcery. But then this is the same thing. Except you get a creature out of it. The fact that this is a rare is kind of funny. Yeah, the Enlightened Tutor is 1 mana and it goes on top of your deck. Which then you could, I guess, mill yourself, like on your oh, it puts on top? Oh, no, I didn't read that. I don't know how I didn't read that. Just out here ruining cards for me. Probably still really good, but definitely not nearly as good. But I think that's okay, because this deck probably doesn't run out of cards. Well, it is different than Scythus. It is different. It's slightly more different than I thought it would be. I actually don't like most of the Saga options. What's a legendary? This thing? No, this is not a legendary. I'm playing Yuna. Yeah, it's still fine. I mean, it's an enchantment deck. I don't think it ruins anything. Springheart's not doing really anything. Probably take that out. What's the rampant growth one? This one? Boop. I don't like this card. Not a fan of it. Not in this format. It just doesn't do enough for 8 mana. It's like you can cast this, or you can cast Tooth and Nail. Like, which one's gonna, you know, close the game out? What'll it be? This puts them into your hand, which is like the saddest thing ever. Such a sad thing. It can reanimate a fetch land, and probably will every game. But still. This one puts a land in play? Yeah, I'm a fan of the ones that put lands in play. Like this one and stuff. Wait, what happens when you sack? This also sort of does it, but it doesn't convolute it, and I don't really care about the rest of it. Could play the One Ring too. Duh, what the? Bruh. Where'd it go? Oh boy, it's gonna be an interesting night, that's for sure. I lost the spider chat. I lost it. I know when you lose sight of the spider, it's World War III. So, bro, it was on my it was on my mouse pad. Oh no, little speedy little boy. I completely lost it. I mean, it flew. Did it fall? I guess. I don't really care about this. What I do care about is maybe this, right? Is this Aura's? I can't remember. I think I like Yenna. I feel like I like this card. Yeah. I've played this as a commander, and I probably had 2 games where it actually did anything because my opponents just killed it every game. Like we're not putting auras on. No, that's not good here. I don't like this. It's not really doing anything. Well, this Calyx is most assuredly doing things in this deck, not the other one. Maybe wait, Titan Shuffle? No, that's Mending of Dominaria. What is this doing? We're just gonna get a mana dork. I don't. I mean, if I could always get Scythus with this, maybe like it's just gonna get a mana dork. I don't like this. It's like Cabaret Revels, where you just get mana dorks, and then you're like, oh, rip. I don't get how. Okay. Spirited Companion. Probably not necessary. It is interesting though. Like this is reasonable, but are there any cards that there's only 2 white cards that mill? Wow. Huh. Crazy. I would be a bit surprised if I found... Oh, you know what? 6 is actually decent, right? Swing. Retrace is completely reasonable. Non-land permanence. Yeah, could play this, but the problem is you're just not going to swing with it. You're going to play it, and then your opponent's going to have something in play that stops you from attacking with it. I don't know. 6 working is definitely possible. Could just run this. Just put it in here, and then, like, you just have access to more cards randomly. But I don't want to get too fixated on milling myself, because it's not, like, it's not the most productive. Like, all you know, you set up by milling yourself, and then cast your commander, and then mill something that actually matters, and then have it get reanimated. So it's like a lot. And again, we're playing Timeless, where you know, Mana Drain and Dark Ritual. We're playing a 5-minute commander. Like, it's just not realistic. But maybe I'll make room for these. I feel like I don't have enough ramp spells to cast this card, but I still want to try, because I think I've only cast it once. Did I cast it? I think I did. I don't even think I like this. Fine. It's new. With, actually, you know, sometimes, because this card puts on top, it actually sets up a good mill. Right? Like, you could just straight up mill a card with this. It's actually kind of funny. Putting it on top has merit. That's the spider, right? Weaver of Spaghetti. Oh, it's not a spider? It's a snake. I have some sagas. You can copy, like, O-ring effects. I don't... Oh, you could copy Moment Path Journey and get, what, with a 10 lands out of your deck? Big. Can copy Up the Beanstalk. All the O-rings. Okay, I don't like Seal Away. You can copy the card draw from these. Can you? No, you can't copy that. Okay. I'd say it works. It is definitely very slow, but if you get it going, it like does something. So. Alright, Overlord is unnecessary. I don't like it here. Sun Titan. Could definitely run Sun Titan. I love Sun Titan. I think I can shave a land. We're tied for like color distribution, but our turn one play is almost always going to want to be a green one. Right, you like want one of these, so just have more forests. Okay. Let's hit the craft button. We're sending it. Let's do it. Alright, we're here with Yuna, Hope of Spaghetti. 5 mana 3/5. During your turn, everything has Ward, Trample, and Lifelink, which the Ward is cool. I don't really care about the other two in this deck. In the beginning of your end step, you reanimate an enchantment, and it gets a finality counter, which means if it leaves play, it gets exiled, so you can't like do the same thing on the same enchantment over and over. Someone in chat brought to my attention a land that does move finality counters. Uh-oh. Yeah, there's Nesting Ground. You can move the counter, the finality counter, to something else. So you can do it. And this is like the slowest thing on Earth. But it doesn't matter because you just put it in here and not think about it. It's kind of free. It's like a colorless land, but that's not really a big deal in a green deck. There's definitely an aura thing going on with the top part, like Trample, Lifelink, and it's on your turn. So it cares that you swing with all these things on your turn. I've already lost my voice. It's only been... Okay, it's been a while. And when you swing with a bunch of auras and you have all that text, that's cool. And then when this dies, or something that you've been putting auras on dies, you can then recur the auras back onto another threat. I think this is extremely slow when it comes to an aura strategy, right? You have like the best things ever that this competes with in Historic, right? Timeless Brawl, where you have like what Scythus is the best aura one probably. It's probably better than Light Fang because it's got green and it draws a card all the same. You don't double stack your auras though, so you kill your opponent maybe slower, but Scythus just doesn't run out of cards, so you don't really care if you kill them a bit slower. So when it comes to aura beatdown, even SRAM as mono white, I would argue, is probably more efficient at doing the thing. You can actually play equipment there as well. So I don't really care about the aura side of this thing. I care about the enchantment side more. It's like the enchantment Shieldred sort of... Actually, no, not really. Some of these cards are interesting to reanimate. Like Sagas are a big one because you don't have to worry about anything. They just go to the graveyard on their own. However, again, we're talking about Historic Brawl, and you're talking about a 5-minute commander, so it's cool when it gets going. You just have to do that thing. You have to get everything going. You have to have it in play. You have to have enchantments doing their thing, or filling your graveyard, and have those enchantments matter from the graveyard, and have this reanimate them, right? And also have that actually matter. You can't just reanimate something like, I don't know, Utopia Sprawl, and then it doesn't actually impact your opponent, and then your whole setup just didn't accomplish much. So you can play a bunch of mill cards to mill scary enchantments. I think it's kind of hard to play the mill cards. Like, oh, you just mill yourself with some cards that say that, and then that card doesn't do much else, and you feel kind of bad for just casting like a 2-mana 1/1, let's say, just like the last deck we were playing, where you just play a little creature and it mills you, and then you sometimes get access to those cards from your commander, and sometimes you actually mill something useful. It just doesn't seem like a consistent thing, right? And you have to be consistent, right? Yeah, you just have to be extremely consistent. You have to be efficient with what you're doing. You're playing against Dark Rituals and Mana Drains. You can't just durdle for 5 turns. So I don't really like the mill side of things. Now, with that being said, if you do play Mesmeric Orb, you really don't have to worry about it at all. It just sort of does that for you the whole game, and eventually you're going to find something, assuming the game lasts long enough. And 6 is also interesting, especially on turn 2 with the ramp spell, right? A mana dork or something, playing this and then swinging. You know. I don't envision this being the most exciting card, but it works with the commander, and I like it for that, I guess. There's not a lot of big, scary enchantments to really reanimate. I like this card a lot. There's the other one that's new that I do not like. This one. This doesn't do enough, in my opinion, in Historic Brawl to justify the casting cost. And if I somehow reanimate this on turn, like, 4, it's great. You know, like, if I play a ramp spell on turn 1, and then I mill this with one of my mill cards, assuming I was playing more than I am. I'm not really playing any. And then I play my commander next turn. It's like, oh, look at all these knights. Yeah, look at all these knights. That's kind of cool. This is indestructible. So if you get hit by a sweeper, you can keep this around and continue to make the knights that will eventually be indestructible. But man, is this really slow. I think 3 2/2s a turn is not really that scary for a fair amount of decks you should expect to play against. Right, so I don't really feel that one, but I do like the colorless one. I think this one's kind of interesting. That is, again, if you do actually succeed in milling yourself enough to have it do what you're looking to do, then, you know, that's great. There is this, which puts an enchantment on top. It's an Enlightened Tutor, the 1-mana white version of Sylvan Tutor. I think, yeah, so we have Sylvan Tutor in Arena. We don't have Enlightened Tutor. But it's a 1-mana, it puts on top of your deck. This is just the 3-mana version of it. So with cards like this, setting up a card on top, then you can mill it in some way. That's cool. But again, you have to play the mill cards that get in the way of just playing a green-white Enchantress deck, which is not really... doesn't have to mill itself. It just sort of vomits a bunch of enchantments in play, and eventually you win. So this feels like kind of a side plan, like a plan B or a plan A.2, where it just plays nicely alongside of an enchantment value deck than just stacking auras or trying to blitz my graveyard. Now, there's better graveyard blitzing strategies that are far more efficient than this, like Squee and Slimefoot, or I mean, sticking in a green-white. I don't actually know a lot of green-white. If you're talking about green-white, maybe this is one of the better ones to just blitz mill yourself. I don't know. This is what we're doing, so let's see what happens. I've rambled enough. I feel like that was one of the longest deck intros I've had in, like, 2 months. I've been saying all I need to say kind of at the end now. Is this not Final Fantasy XIV? Oh, I thought it was. Actually, no, I didn't think that. I just hoped it, because I don't actually know. I played Tifa. What are you talking about? I literally played Tifa. Like, that was the second... Wasn't it the first commander we played? No, it was the second. No, wasn't it the third? No, Vivi was the third. I'm confused. Alright, nope. Oh, chat, we did it. We beat the game. We beat the game. We literally beat the game. Game has been beaten. Chat, I drew the best cards in my deck. No one panic. No one panic. We play this, and then we swing. No, we don't. We mill ourselves because we could hit something spicy. Oh, I would have actually liked that card. Tragic. Okay, well I did play them in an order where I would miss them the least if that happened to me. So I guess it kind of worked out. Mythweaver Pock on 3 mana, not ideal. Is this red? No, it's blue. I technically have a land here? Sithis is a colossal threat, so I assume my opponent will not play their commander here. Unless they don't have an answer for it. Okay, so they probably don't have an answer for it. That doesn't cut it. I have to play this, I think. Yeah, if I drew a land, we were fine, but I kind of just didn't draw a land. So, Tragedy strikes again. I would block. Might as well. Wow, okay. They didn't block. Well, I assume that's what they just drew. Alright, well we lose to interaction, I think, at this juncture. And there's not much I can do about it, so... Whoop. And it looks like we have interaction. So I guess that is lights out. Yeah, the Slagstorm just completely hosed me. So, okay. Slagstorm completely hosed me. That was probably the best hand I'll ever have, too. I had literally all of the best cards in my deck. That is kind of tragic. The Slagstorm just wrecked me. Oh man, we just got totally wrecked by that. I don't think... I mean, I played it in the order I felt was the best, and it just wasn't good enough. I mean, if I did play... Yeah, okay, if I played them in the opposite order, I could have had the O-ring up. But we didn't. So, we lose. There's a chance this deck wants more ramp spells. I've got nothing to do here. It looks like, in this juncture, like, I would rather this be a ramp spell. Right, there's like a lot of... Oh, wow. Winding Constrictor. I have this in my, my fungus deck on paper. I love it. I wish it was a fungus, though. Don't we all? So, what on earth would I put on top of my deck? Overlord? No, I can't. I can't put Overlord, so we put Fenrir? Right? Correct. It is a land. It is a land. It guarantees a land, which is kind of what I'm looking for here. Yeah, we need probably a little bit more outside of the mana dorks. Oh, hey. Cool. We played that. Valgavoth's land? No, I guess I don't have it because I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, I gave him tokens, chat. What have I done? Okay, at least it's not too big of a deal, honestly. Yeah, it's not a big deal. Okay, so if my opponent tries to blow up my card, can I sack this? I can just block here. It's gonna die on its own, and I might as well just... Like, I'm just done with it. So if I play the... Well, actually... Yeah, if I do this, and then they cast Maelstrom Pulse trying to get their commander back, and it fails, this could be a huge turn of events. Let's see what happens. Oh, chat, they did. They did. They have to let me draw. They have to let me draw. Alright. Oh, did I lie? Did it not work that way? Okay, never mind. It just little visual things didn't exist, so I guess. That was kind of confusing. So I should probably exile the Hydra. As in, I will exile the Hydra. And I also will swing. Because all permanents in play for them care about their commander. That does not blow up anything. Definitely a problem, though. Let's see. Play this? What am I reanimating? Fenrir? I'd rather just play this. Oh, that was... Okay. Well, that's why you play cards. There you go. That is why you play cards. Couldn't ask for a better draw. I can also reanimate that. They could have just Besiegued the land. They should have Besiegued the land. Destroy target artifact. Oh, no, you cannot. It's a non-basic. Alright, I lied. Can't do it. Should probably kill the idol. Oh, they didn't kill my Eidolon. Okay, can you do that again is the question. We will take... I think we can take this, right? And then just find... I'm not really sure what. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can find Overwhelming Splendor. It is hilarious here. I think it'll be useful. This is the kind of deck where my opponent would like that to, like, you know, exist. So. Oh, wait a minute. I can just cast it right now. Oh, but it doesn't do anything, though. It doesn't do anything. Yeah, it doesn't do anything. Okay. Can't cast it. There's no real attack. I would have had the mana? Isn't it 9? I thought that card... No, I'm pretty sure that card's 9 mana. It's not 8. I did not have 9 mana. Unless I did. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, I did not. I couldn't have cast it. That is an interesting target. Huh. Okay. I feel like that's not... I think I'm always taking out this Eidolon. Weird. So... we block... there... there... there, and then try to stabilize against these two, which I think is possible. It's not that much stats. Okay, I have to do math. If I play this, I have 8 left. Oh, I have 10 left. Alright, don't listen to me. The following turn? Yeah, that's true. That's true. Okay. I will not block this, which is a bit risky. Maybe unnecessarily so. That was a phenomenal draw, one would argue. I'm just going to play this as a stat stick. I'm going to play it out. Static Prison... could just get Eidolon. Oh wait, we just get Elspeth Conquers Spaghetti Noodles and exile you. So at this point they need like Farewell, and this deck is most assuredly not playing that. They also have to draw it. Sure. So you can give something Menace, and you can swing with it over and over. I can find any card I want. I think Mobilize leaves the card... it does not. It has Mobilize. Layering. Look at that. Look at the layers. Look at them go. It still has Mobilize over the Splendor. Which is weird, because it doesn't gain Mobilize until it enters. It's a bit odd. Is there anything I want to tutor for? We could just find I mean, we can do whatever we want. I don't know why I'm even thinking about it. Let's just get this and win. Yeah, it's over. It's not... I'm sitting there thinking about something that doesn't matter. Yeah. I think we could have probably got this. But, like I said, I wanted Overwhelming Splendor people today. And I did. So, that's pretty cool. The counters are scary. Right? This is probably one of the better cards through Overwhelming Splendor, but when our removal spells happen twice, it's really nice. I'm not a big fan of enchantment-based removal because it can get like blown up. And actually, I think it all got blown. I think every enchantment-based removal spell I cast ended up leaving the battlefield. This one, like, kind of has to, but that is kind of funny. So yeah, they had Beseiju, but if we can do it twice, you know, it's kind of a nightmare to deal with it twice. So. Kind of a nightmare to deal with it twice. And it looks like I will not be completing my quest today. Tragic. Oh wait, we want to change stuff. Farewell does not have to name creatures, but I still take grave offense when I get farewelled by a white aggro deck. So, Smothering Tithe can be an actual card. I'm not actually a big fan of the Artas so far. Like, there's not a lot of scenarios. But the fact that this can just give trample out of nowhere, I think I should lean into that. Maybe Ancestral Mask is okay, but the ones that just give +1/+1 are not actually that exciting. Like this and that one. Yeah. Alright, there's 3 spots. Yeah, we'll keep the mask. I could probably get rid of 6 in Mesmeric Orb for something useful. Like ramp smells. I think I should do that. We'll get rid of 6 because it's about as slow as this, but I'll keep the orb for sure. Mythweaver Paw can definitely stay. Perpetual always applies. So it is like transcends layering. So stupid, bro. Like, wait. You could at least have your Hearthstone rules apply to the actual game. Why? Like, who does this benefit? It's dumb. That's really stupid. Oh yeah, Destiny Spinner. Alright, if I play this, it's not because of the can't be countered clause. I'm not... We're not doing that. I have no respect for the can't be countered cards. Just not doing that. Signet is just rampant growth with haste. It's fine. I don't like Chromox. I don't like Chromox. Mana Tithe is funny. No, we wanted lands or something. Into the north. No, 6 does stuff. It just doesn't do it amazingly. The sagas that flip into creatures they lose a finality counter? Why is that? Did they exile when they do their thing? Oh, that's not a good example. What's the Knight of Restoration of Ayagancho? Yep. Yeah, because it exiles itself. Flare, probably Cultivate. Oh yeah, Farseek. I forgot Farseek. I haven't actually played with Farseek yet. Oh wow. Bruh. Bruh. Bro. I kind of don't like static prison. This is good with dealing with your opponent's commander, right? They'll just return it to the command zone instead of waiting it out because no one waits it out. And if people actually waited this card out, I wouldn't play it. But people are not waiting this card out, so I think it's good. Now that being said, last game I protected it, but I think there was merit because it was kind of an aggro deck and the tempo was worth it. Oh yeah, Teferi's Protection. Right, speaking of the card. I don't want Teferi's Protection. Speaking of the card. So which one of these is interesting to recur infinitely? This one's nice. I think I would genuinely just play Explore instead, though. This one's interesting. I would rather just play Explore. Okay. I think we have all the good ones. Boop. Okay. If I'm going to run Farseek, I should probably also run Into the North and... like these two. I always call this Into the Core. I'm going to keep calling it that. I think we can play Snowlands and not be, like, furious. At least forests, because I'm actually kind of not on my current forest option, art-wise. So I don't feel bad about it. That's 46 lands, chat. What have I done? $39 is fine. Mirari's Wake is a little weird. No, I like it. I like it. Yeah, they added Farseek. It's the only... You only have the Weeb one, so it's Weebseek. You can't play like a normal one. It has to be Weebseek. But Farseek is here. I could run Omen Path Journey? You think so? Maybe. So they do lose Mobilize if they were already in play? That's weird. Yeah, that doesn't... It doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. Gaining an ability on the stack doesn't... You don't keep the ability when the creature hits the battlefield with Overwhelming Splendor or Humility. There's not many examples of gaining abilities on the stack, though, but it would apply nonetheless. Like, oh, actually, Solitude. Oh, no, Solitude does not. Solitude doesn't gain, No, it doesn't gain the ability on the stack. It actually gains the ability in play. Which is why you can pitch it and just play a 1/1, and it won't do anything, but it won't die. I know Pock looks weird, but Pock is just so cracked that I feel like it just fits in any green deck in the history of green decks. So I don't really want to get rid of it. It makes like permanent... It's just such a busted card. If you ever have a fetch land too, it's like even more correct. Alright, I don't like the first Iroan games. This is slow to accomplish the card draw portion, which is the thing I'm interested in. It's just slow to do that. So I'm gonna just assume I can do better things. Also, I mean, back to the Beanstalk argument, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's 9 cards in here that draw with the Beanstalk. My commander draws with the Beanstalk, and if I play this more than once in a game, it's nice. I don't know. The fact that this just draws a card when you play it is the only reason I am able to consider it here. But I'm not a big fan of it here. I mean, it was good yesterday with the standard and the 60 cards and the more 5-drops. we don't need it, but I think there's definitely another card I could take out instead. That's just like not as good. You don't like Ancestral Mask? I was saying earlier, the only reason it's in here is because you can just randomly play it and just completely smash your opponent in the face for like 50. Because you get trample out of nowhere. And if I've been playing a game where I haven't shown any auras, and they're not respecting that, and they're just expecting a bunch of enchantments, then I think I can just out of nowhere kill somebody with Ancestral Mask for like 25. Or honestly, even like 15. Because it gets trample. If it didn't get trample, I don't like the mask. But we get trample here. I think this is worth a one-off to just randomly slam someone out of nowhere when they're not expecting it. As it's kind of the only aura in here. That's worth it to me. I would probably sooner take out Mesmeric Orb, actually. Or even Sphere of Safety. But Sphere of Safety is very depressing if it works. I don't have Creature Calyx in here. Unless you're talking about adding it, but no, I went over that as well. I don't think Creature Calyx is doing anything in this deck. I'm never hitting someone with it. That's my argument. It's never making contact with any face in this game. Which is kind of why I took out 6. Could shave a land. How many MDFCs? 1, 2... 2 MDFCs, 39 lands. 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 49 mana sources? Fast mana sources? Reasonable ones? I'm not going to count, like, the Rampant Growth. So we have, like, 49 cards we can play on turn 1, lands included, that are mana. 49 turn 1 mana sources. Can I shave a land? That's half the deck. Kind of don't like this card. There's probably better versions of this, and they're definitely ideal to play on turn 3 instead. I like the mana it provides, but I think a 3 mana O-Ring that I can cast on turn 2 with a ramp spell, Mana Dork, is more efficient. Because you can turn 2 O-Ring something very crucial. You cannot do that with this card, and I don't care about the mana it provides. I have enough ramp, I think. But then I still want an O-Ring in that spot, so I wouldn't just take that out and not add an O-Ring. Which leaves me at 101. You don't like Glimpse the Core? The fact that it gets a forest that doesn't matter. No, that doesn't matter. I couldn't tell you one instance in playing this card in the history of playing it where it only getting a forest was a problem, even in a deck like Golos. It's just Rampant Growth. It does not matter that it gets a forest. Getting a forest is by far outweighs any downside that you can only get a forest. Trust me. If Rampant Growth could only get forest, it would still see as much play. It doesn't. It's not a big deal. It is not a big deal. I could just play the mana rock that creates like the snow mana rock, whatever. I could just do that instead. But I'm fine with this. I'm fine with that. But I could just play the mana rock that just chooses a color. Maybe it's slightly better, but it can get blown up, which is, you know, kind of significant. Kind of significant. And again, that doesn't... I want this in here, so if I take it out, I'm going to put in a different one, and then I'm still at 101. So, I don't think I'm just taking it out cleanly. What does Calyx do? They're launching fireworks again. At the stadium. I live kind of close to a stadium, so... Ooh, you're right. The champion. Citizen champion. Whoops. No one saw anything. No one saw anything. Just play the meta... Oh, I thought you said a creature. Like, Sheed? Who's Sheed? Who is Sheed? The meta is fluid and dynamic because it's 99 cards. You can have, like, the same sweaty commander play against itself, and then there could be nuance between deck lists. Like, 2 Keenan lists are always going to be slightly different, so there is no meta. If anything, and when I upload a list, if it gets downloaded 1,000 times and I see it all the time, there's your meta. You know, there's no rank in this format. You don't rank up in Historic Brawl. So meta is pretty dynamic. But you should consider what you're playing against. That being considered. Well, now I have to take out 2 cards. Ah. Okay, I'm not shaving a land because for some reason the arena algorithm will never give me lands if I go under 39. Yeah, LVD. He's the biggest streamer, or I don't know. Does he stream? I don't know. But he uploads lists all the time on YouTube. He probably just defined. I've seen his deck list. The big one was Kaya, the 3-mana Kaya, the most random card I've ever seen in the command zone. It's like a 3-mana Kaya. Like, why are people playing this? And then I looked it up, and then LVD had a list uploaded, and then Kaya was all over the place for like a week and a half because LVD made a Kaya list. It was nothing like I would have done either, which is interesting. I didn't agree with some of the cards in it, but it was cool to see that. I mean, I'm a fan of anything black, white, and slow, so it was cool. But yeah, there's really no meta. The meta is whatever Wizards deems you to be queued into, so Keenan knows its own meta. The more time goes on, the more I want to take out Buried in the Garden, so it's gone. I still like the One Ring, but I would argue it doesn't have to exist. And I don't mean in the whole of Magic, I mean in this deck. We could run we could take out the One Ring and just run Chain to the Rocks. It's actually pretty good here, right? Because we can just reanimate it. Chain to the Rocks is like actually really good. Try that one for sure. What does this do? Yeah, we can. Okay, Yenna is like super slow, actually. Let's take out Yenna. It's also a creature. This is one of the more vulnerable cards in the deck. It's just very slow. You think we can run mill cards? I disagree completely, but we have Mesmeric Orb. I think milling the card that has to mill me has to be really good, and there's not many of those. It has to be like really good. Otherwise, I'm like, I think there's a cantrip that does it. Like you find a card and put the rest in your graveyard. That's okay. This works, but does it work against this? I feel like maybe not. Probably not. Alright, this is one of the better cards against this, maybe. It's debatable, though. It's land tax, chat, but they're on the play. Actual nightmare. We could just get controlled into oblivion, that's for sure. All of these are redundant. I don't think there's a right or wrong option. They don't have a land? What are you doing? You kept the land tax on the play? Oh, because I have a... Oh, okay, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Still, though, still, I mean, really? You like, really? I don't think I'm... I don't agree with that at all. I do not agree with that at all. You just, like, didn't play a land for land taxes. Nuts. That's nuts. Alright, let's play that. Well... Nope. Alright, well, nothing I can do about that. So... Bloop. Hey, it actually worked out. There's some enchantments that mill. I mean, look, we'll focus on actually putting this in play before we care about that. Because I'm telling you now, we're not going to. We're not going to ever care about that. So this is better long-term, and my opponent gave me access to it, so I guess I'll take it. It'd be unfortunate if I lose it, but this is more than worth I mean, a card from the opponent, right? Although this is also a really good draw. Both of these were viable. I think this is a bit... I mean, this is an Esper control deck, so I don't like playing a creature here. The land tax delay was... If this game is decided by something, it's the fact that they didn't play a land for land tax turn 1, turn 2. It's just nuts. Yeah, Rumble is interesting. Cards like Rumble. This was... Yeah, this is the most insane thing. I've never seen anyone do that. I've never seen anyone do that. Alright, so we can play this, and I will pay for Ristic Study. It's probably fine to leave him with land tax. I genuinely do not care about land tax, so... Yeah. Definitely did not want to do that, opponent. You definitely did not want to do that. Now, they probably lose anyways, but if you give me a free Stone Rain just for land tax, it completely undoes land tax. It's nice to pull all the lands out of your deck, and it's like a satisfying feeling to do this, I guess. But I'm going to assume they had a land. Otherwise, oh man, I don't know. Like, as a greedy, slow, grindy Esper control enjoyer, you cannot miss your land drop. My opponent sort of got trapped in this, like, I must let this do stuff, so I'm not going to play a land, and we're playing Timeless, so you can't do that. Oh, boy. But I don't think they would have won if they did. If they played a land, I think they were still kind of cooked, to be honest. Oh, wait. Oh, well, look at that. Instant Qs. I'll take it. Oh, hey, it's Ujin. Ujin is probably a nightmare. I don't know a way to shut it down. Yes, I do. I have ways to shut it down. But I don't have ways to shut it down consistently. Idyllic Tutor is an option. We're going to try. This game's going to be a thought experiment. I don't know why they played that turn 1. They should have waited. Could have just waited till after Ujin. They actually should have waited till after I had cards in the graveyard. That was... I don't agree with that. Okay. I do not agree with this turn 0. Well, they have the 2. Do they have the 2/2? They do not have the double 2. It's funny how, like, all of the Ujin decks are the same. No, no Snowland. Oh, I didn't mean to click that. Oh, it's fine. It's fine. I wanted to click the non-snows. It doesn't matter. I clicked the forest and I tried to unclick it and then I messed up everything. What? Huh? Excuse? I beg your pardon? They're all combo? Well, I mean, you have to combo, which probably involves controlling the game until a certain point. I played against Aqueza 2 nights ago as Nashi, and it was like a 25-minute game, and it was not a combo deck. It was not a combo deck, let me tell you. Alright, Pock did its thing, so we're not upset Pock is gone. Sanctum Weaver, not really that exciting here. That's not useless. I can do better. Omen Path is actually decent, but they're going to exile it if they can. Do I even need I don't think I need more mana. What am I talking about? Yep. We can just crack this now because it doesn't do anything beyond this point. Let's just get the Force Tapland. Just get that out of the deck. It can't do anything if everything is Shroud, but it doesn't. How do I give Shroud to everything? I can't make 2 copies of the enchantment, and this also isn't an enchantment, so that doesn't... I can't double up on my Shroud, is my point. Alright. Well, I put myself in this position to see what would happen, so let's find out. Actually, you know what? This doesn't work, does it? No, it doesn't work, because it has a static effect. What's the other Shroud card? What do I not know? What am I not understanding? Alright, well, given the situation, I just have to play that, I think. And I will O-ring Ujin. Seems reasonable. Alright, that worked out. Is this just Sithis? No, it's actually a bit different. I thought it was initially, but it actually has some differences in it. It's different. Still don't really get what the Aetherflux Reservoir is doing, but it's kind of cool looking. And that's not a great draw. I'm not going to blow up the reservoir, because I don't care. I'm going to blow that up. I'm going to play a land. Alright. So let's see if they have the card that deals with this. There's like one card that deals with this? No, there's two that deal with this, actually. Greater Auramancy? Ah, I see. Yeah, we can think about that. Ujin is definitely something to consider playing against a lot. It's hard to get both in the same game, though. Because without both, I don't really see why I like the first one. I can just exile the first one. And then nothing happens. This is definitely a weird deck. This is not like what I thought it was. I said all the Ujin decks are the same, and then my opponent proceeded to do weird stuff. I still think everything lined up that they did not want to turn one that, but... Alright, I'm gonna blow up the copying thing. I don't really respect this card. But in this specific instance, I kind of do. Let's start drawing cards. Probably should have swung first, actually. Mesmeric Orb. Alright, well with Torpor Orb, it's kind of tragic. This doesn't do anything as a creature. They'll just exile it, so I'll just play it as an enchantment. Get Lost is interesting. Do I play Mesmeric Orb? Or do I leave up? There's no reason to leave up Get Lost. There's nothing in a colorless deck that would make me leave this up. So, we can just start milling. That's fine. That is not fine. Oh, they mill it! They mill it, chat. They don't actually get to keep it. What was it? Oh, it was a land. What? It was a land, chat. I'm sad. Oh my goodness. My opponent's next 5 draws, 10 draws were terrible. Wow. That's so tragic. The next, like, 55 draws were just, like, so bad for them. That is so sad. Yeah, Disruption does not stop this. That's why I didn't do that. I can reanimate this once. I can find the land to maybe always remove the finality counter and just really
go after them with this card. I don't know if it makes sense to swing at Ujin. It probably doesn't. Oh, I milled Scythus. Tragic. I feel like it doesn't make sense to swing at Ujin. And I can just kill it over and over. Feels like that's probably a better idea. Because I want to, like, you know, win the game. Yeah, we're just going to kill this with this here. Don't really care about the Solemn Simulacrum. Do I force out the... I do force, as early as possible, I should force out the Tormod's Crypt. So I will. I already played a land, okay. Yeah, we're going to force this out here. And I'll take the most random card because it doesn't matter. I think my opponent will be scared of anything. I would not actually crack the Tormod's Crypt here. I would wait. I don't think Omen Path Journey is... I mean, all you did was stop me from getting a single land because then Ujin just exiles it. I really don't think I would ever crack the Crypt there. I would just wait. I think it was a mistake, but most people aren't going to put that much thought into it, I think. They're just going to send it. They also didn't wait until this is in the graveyard, which is kind of the biggest thing, right? I can just recast this. So, yeah, I think they probably made the worst decision possible with the Crypt. Oh, we hit the One Ring? Also hit Emrakul, I guess. Can we do nothing for 10 turns and then mill them out? Potentially. It's an interesting line, to say the least. I will not commit anything to that. Opponent has Karn the Great Creator. That doesn't do much here. They found a card on top, but again, Mesmeric Orb just mills it, so it's probably a land? Okay, that just gets milled by... Oh. Okay. Oh, my opponent was dead! They were just dead! Oh no, they're not dead! This dies! Doesn't this die? Doesn't this die? Wow. Okay. Get Schmieded. Absolutely Schmieded. 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Wow. Get wrecked. That is a satisfying victory. I didn't think we had a chance. Get totally Schmieded. I could flash in Solitude in response and do 13 damage. Huh? What? They gain 4 off the Solemn Simulacrum. The final chapter doesn't deal damage to face. Oh yes, it does. I'm an idiot. Yes, it does. It does. Oh, I didn't even realize they were at 9 life. I literally didn't realize. It's completely eluded me. Yeah, alright. That changes things. I did not notice that they were just dead. Wow. Summon Bahamut. Just completely got there. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's great. Turns out a 9-min and 9/9 is what you need. Yep. Okay, Greater Arromancy, you're in. I didn't even need Shroud to kill Ujin. That's going to go down in history as one of the best games I've ever played. Calling it now. Yeah, it's just the main problem is to need both in the same game. It's not realistic. But, it can happen. If I actually didn't play Mesmeric Orb, they were just super, super, super dead too. Because we saw the next, like, 5 draws. They had nothing. It was like lands and lands. And that weird 3-2 Eldrazi no one cares about. Immortal Sun? I mean, I guess. I don't like Immortal Sun. I don't like Immortal Sun against Super Friends decks. I think it's actually kind of not good at all. I don't like Immortal Sun at all. You're not really stopping anything. It doesn't stop Ujin. That's for sure. It doesn't stop Teferi decks. It doesn't stop Narset decks. It doesn't start Ral Zarek Otter decks. It doesn't stop anything. It doesn't stop any of the Planeswalker strategies. I actually saw this is one of the first posts I put on my YouTube channel. It was in somewhere, I don't know, but I posted a picture. It was a subreddit for Magic Arena. I don't normally post on Reddit. I don't like Reddit, but there was a time I posted. This was like 8 years ago. There was a player who had 4 Planeswalkers in play. It was like Narset, Teferi. Don't know the other ones. Couldn't tell you. And it was an Esper deck, and they had that card in play. Like, my opponent played Immortal Sun with 3 or 4 Planeswalkers in play. They played it. Like, they were the only ones with Planeswalkers. And they played that card. And they still won the game. They sabotaged their entire board and still won. That's like how irrelevant shutting down Planeswalkers is. It's actually even less useful now, 8 years later, because Planeswalkers actually have static effects. So, like, Immortal Sun is like the worst possible way to disrupt Planeswalkers if that's what you're interested in doing. I would sooner run Pithing Needle. Not to say that that's much better, but... You remember that post? Oh, jeez. Who are you? How long have you known me? I'm being cyberstalked. How dare you know me that long? I still gotta take a card out. Band Needle? Whatever. The 2-mana one. The flute. The flute. Or Sorcerer's Spyglass, which I also think is actually banned. I think it's just the flute. No, the flute is... Yeah, no, the flute. The flute. I gotta take a card out. Flute's banned too? Okay, never mind. Never mind. Hex Parasite? You can play Sorcerer's Spyglass? Oh, there you go. I thought that was the banned one. It's weird that that's not banned, but Flute is banned. Why? Or Pithing Needle? Why is Spyglass not banned but Pithing Needle's banned? That doesn't make sense. They do the same exact thing. Maybe people got tired of their fetch land being named? No, in Historic Brawl that doesn't make sense either. I don't get that at all. I would actually rather play Spyglass over Pithing Needle, actually. Yeah, I would. Because you get to see your opponent's hand. It's like very, very, very good to see your opponent's hand. That's very strange. I think they banned Needle just to stop people from shutting down Planeswalker commanders. But then maybe they realized that doesn't matter. So they like didn't ban the Spyglass. They should just unban the Needle. The Needle's just... The Needle probably wouldn't even see any play. I would never play the Needle. I would never play the Needle. I don't think it would ever even be problematic in like 10 years. Like, oh, more cards are coming out. It's going to be better and better with time because it can name so many things. Like, no. 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 Don't play it. Oh man, every card in here is fine. Sphere of Safety might be questionable because this is only good against decks that try to swing at you. And it's only good against those decks by turn 5. This could be too slow. This could be too slow. We did beat an aggro deck without this, so, like, I don't know. I feel like if I ever am against a deck that's trying to beat me to death, it's just, like, great to just tutor for this and win, because they're just never going to swing with more than one creature. There's not a lot of go-wide strategies, though. Like, the aggro decks can beat you with, like, 3 really scary cards. There's a lot of sweeper resistance. So maybe Sphere of Safety is not really that great. And in any other deck, it's just also not good. Against any other deck. I will say maybe it's good against Yuriko. Yeah, it is good against Yuriko. Why are people saying... What is going on? Why do I have to look this up? What's happening? Is it banned or is it not? It's banned. Chat, what are we doing? What are we doing? You said it wasn't banned. What's going on? Why are we using words? Okay, there we go. We're good. They're all banned. They just spoiled a Tezzeret who tutors for 1 mana artifacts. Really? That's funny. Tezzeret? Wait, what's the next set? Bro, Final Fantasy just came out. Why are we spoiling cards for the next set? Can we slow down? Jeez. Oh, I didn't check for Velker, you're right. I said Hex Parasite, but you said the right one. Alright. What do you mean I didn't read? Why would I read what you say? Wait, what did you say? I don't know. If you made a point, I didn't find it, so get wrecked. Let's focus on taking a card out so I can play the game, please. Can we do that? Can we focus? Edge of Eternities? 3 mana colorless Tezzeret? Oof. Mm. Oof. Oh my. I'm flustered. I feel like we don't need the other Shroud enchantment? Why? Is this, like, dumb? No, it's not dumb. I don't know. I'm a huge... Oh, we can actually take out Heroic Intervention. Yeah. Okay, right? Because we added a card I deem just superior to that. I don't know how these are... Like, this is just insane. I don't think... Like, if you have both, then you have Shroud forever. If you have just one, They have to deal with this first, and you can reanimate this. Like, this is really, this is one of the strongest things I can do. This stops a lot of your opponent's ability to interact with you. I don't know why I would take one of them out. They're both fine, even if you only have one. And if you have both, it's like it just completely lights out. There's no way I take that out. There's no way I take that out at all. It's just a nuts card. I mean, well, we're not an aura deck. All right, we found a card to take out, so we can move on. Less ramble, more clicks. Clicks, clicks. What do we have, 6 sets a year now? Instead of like 4? 4 or 5? 6 sets a year, so what is that, like 1 every 2 months? Is that what that is? 6 sets a year, yeah. That's really fast. I don't know if I like that. That's really fast. I feel like I don't have time to like play all the, like, to enjoy a set. Like 2 months. If that's all it does. Alright, deals damage, you lose at life. When you have less than your stuff, flip into things. Alright. I've not played against this before. Oh, chat, we're about to go to school. Chat, we're going to school. I've never been more excited for a game of Magic in my life. Opponent's taking this to school. Oh, this is so cool. Oh, this is so cool. I'm so excited. What is it? Chat, what are we doing? Where's it going? Where's it going? Why'd I shock myself? I have no idea. I guess I'm playing this then. I don't know why I shocked myself. We're going to school. Alright, what's the demon? Is it Grizzlebrand? Like, what are we doing? Okay, we swung with one of the apostles. I don't know if that... Did we sack an apostle just like that free? Sack 6 of them? Alright, well, they did. So, land, tapped, Omen Path. We're just going to take our time and hope we can actually exile the, None of this matters. I'll just do whatever. Exile the thing my opponent does here. Like, what's the demon? Is it Grizzlebrand? It can't be Grizzlebrand because Grizzlebrand doesn't really... Oh, yes it does. Wait, chat, they messed up. Now there's only 5 apostles. You messed up. Oh, you can sack it. You can just sack whenever you want. Alright, so what's the demon? What is the demon? Like, I'm so curious. I've never seen anything like this. What's going on here? Alright, apparently they have options because they didn't click instantly, so there's more than one demon. Not a good sign. Okay, what do you do? When you lose life, you draw that many, so it's just more apostles. Target creature again. Alright, not a very scary starting demon, unfortunately, for the opponent. Not a scary starting demon. Also, reanimating this actually gives me 2 lands in the same turn. That's funny. I'm going to go ahead and O-ring that. We're going to go ahead and swing. Gain some life back. Then if your life total is less than half, I feel like that flipping actually isn't really a concern for me. Overwhelming Splendor will also just completely schmeat anything they get, and they can't get a second demon now. They're out of cards. They don't have enough apostles. Kind of a disappointing demon. I'm kind of sad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Man, that's sad. Cool idea. Really cool idea. It just, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna stop whatever the next demon was, but now they can't do anything, because this just turns their entire deck into 1/1s. I'm so curious what the other demons are. I'll have to remember this. Maybe look into whatever is going on here. I've never even seen Shadowborn Apostle played like that. Right when they played the first one, I got excited because I recognized the card, but like, I'm surprised it wasn't Gristlebrand. I know it like doesn't do anything because you just draw you just draw 7 Shadowborn Apostles for like the next demon, and Gristlebrand isn't drawing value. So, well, all cards are value, even 1/1 and 1/1s are value, but it doesn't bode well to get Gristlebrand, and the fact that they did not get Gristlebrand is kind of self-explanatory, right? I'm sure my opponent's aware of that. They conceded when they saw the writing on the wall. This person's probably very used to playing this deck, maybe familiar with the strategy, so they know when they're doomed. But, yeah, I wish I could talk to this person. I want to see the other demons. This is very interesting. I like that. I've not seen anything like that in, like, Persistent Petitioners is the only one you see. You don't even see the rat. Ob Nixilis with the rat is kind of just gone. The black-red Ob Nixilis with the rats. Can't lose if you have infinite apostles, you're right. Can never deck out. It's got cards in it. I like those cards, so I guess I'll keep it. You ever drink too much and then you have to use the bathroom? His name Quintarius. This is the, yep, it's 5-mana 1. They don't really care about this curse, but it's in play. That is an surprising card to see, actually. It's odd. What does that mean? Massacre Worm? I missed my chance to tutor for nesting grounds? What do you mean? How come why? Well, I'm not going to play the One Ring, because that could be dangerous. This game is not going to end soon. I'd rather not die to my own card. Play something that can't be killed. What are you doing? I don't think that's a bit of a waste of resources, but, you know, they did it. I'm not lightning bolting that ever. I would never lightning bolt it, that card. Like, ever. Fable? No, not Fable. That is also strange. Okay, I'm not really sure what's going on here, but seems kind of interesting. Yeah, this is too good to pass up. It's kind of a must-answer threat. It's the Forsaken Monument, but in colors that don't need it as bad. Think they have to blow this up if they want the game to continue. Alright, chat. Research. What is it? Go, my minions, go. Find out what this face-down card is, quickly. Quickler? Quickler? Alright, so there's a bunch of options. I think we'll just take the fun option. We'll just take the fun option. And then put it to our hand immediately so they can't ruin my life. Dunno is not a card. That's not what this is. Try again. Maybe it is a card. I don't know all the Final Fantasy characters. Is there a card named Dunno in Final Fantasy? Wouldn't surprise me. Bunch of weirdos. Been playing against some actually cool decks. Don't you mouse over my cards. What are you doing? Don't you mouse over that. That's right. Get out of here. Don't you get mousing over my Mirari's Wake. Get out of here. Okay. Oh, wait. Exile target not only permanently controls return the battlefield chat. Otherwise, okay, so it just deals with the wake. Do I care about this? No, I do not care about that. All right, so the fun card is gone. Not too big of a journey to nowhere. Has to take the idol on. Yeah, has to take the idol on. They can swing with this. They can actually swing with both. No, they cannot. They cannot swing with both. Should never, ever do this. This is never worth 2 damage. Should never do that. Should always leave this up. Should never do that. Alright, this would have been useful last turn, but I didn't have it last turn now, did I? We could reanimate the ramp spell. Greater Auramancy does not fundamentally change anything for a while, so I'll just take this time to cast my commander. They already played Journey to Nowhere, so... if my opponent's gonna give her as a blocker, I'm just gonna swing. I don't expect an efficient block. Plains is fine. It doesn't return... Oh. I'm surprised you even knew what this was. I didn't even know this card existed, so well played. Oh, okay, someone in both chats said the same card. Alright, excuse me. Oh my. So sweet. Well, you did it last turn, so you're gonna do it again. Yeah, there you go. Okay, they're not doing it, and I will oh, wait. If I didn't swing, I could double block. The name. What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm so confused. It's fine. It's fine. Everything's fine. Alright, so we can play this and then do nothing? I don't like this Lavamancer. Chat, I am so confused. Oh my goodness. Let's... Let's just play Greater Auramancy. And swing with our commander, because the lifelink is better as an attack than a block. Because it doesn't have these things on... Okay. Opponent's about to make me refill my cup. Playing fast and loose. So, the way they've been using this makes me want to, like, not care when I cast Get Lost. So I'll just pass a turn. They're just using this in the the craziest way. They're trying to kill me. That's what they're trying to do. Doesn't fundamentally change it. So it's like red-white prison kind of things going on. Grim Lavamancer can kill my blocker. Sure, they'll do that. Okay, yeah, looks like that's the case. I mean, I like what my opponent's doing. I just don't know if it's gonna get there. Ooh. Alright. Unfortunately, I think I have to kill this. No, I don't. Chat, why am I concerned about those other runes? I don't care. The fact that it's just sending itself is just nuts. So we can play this and make attacking me kind of a logistical nightmare. And just swing. I am gaining 3 life a turn. So like this is actually kind of significant. I could get... Wait, this pulls up enchantment. Yeah, I could get the Eidolon back, and it's probably right to do so. Okay, we'll get Solitude for that. And it needs to actually swing to do the thing. Does this work with Atali? Cast more than one spell each turn? Then you may cast any... No, it doesn't. So they actually shut down their own Atali. Bit of a strange line. Again, just sending the giver. Okay. Oh, wait. Oh, maybe not. Oh, right. They can't swing at me. They can't swing at me. No, opponent, you have to pay 3. You can't swing. I also forgot. I also forgot you can't swing. Alright, they figured it out. Which is actually unfortunate. Because in this spot, I would much prefer my opponent to swing with the giver than not swing. I would prefer all of these actually attack me. So, kind of unfortunate. But it is what it is. So, let's play the One Ring. Protection for a turn cycle is interesting. I'm more interested in dealing with Get Lost than anything, but I could leave up both of my removal spells. Probably better. I feel like I should cast the One Ring when it actually matters, and it currently doesn't, so I'm not gonna do anything. We shall do nothing. We shall do nothing. Opponent draws a land. 5, 6, 7. They can cast Quintarius. It would just be a spinning Discover or a 3/2. Which means no attack. I just don't care about the Atali attack here. I really don't. Alright, we're all in. I want to save this for Quintarius, but this feels just better. We have 3 enchantments. I will Solitude Atali. Wait, why did it chat? Why did it not let me... What? Ah, the Archon. Can't cast more than one spell. Mistakes have been made. Okay. Mistakes have been made. The Archon stops me. It also stops the Atali, so it can't, like... Okay, so they're going to pay 6. Yep, they exiled Birds of Paradise and nothing. So they do get a Birds. I can't block even if I wanted to. Doesn't matter. Yeah, that doesn't really matter. It would have been nice to cast Solitude this turn, though, for sure. I should have respected this. I should have killed their creature on my turn. Just didn't do that. Alright, so Solitude doesn't... Double block, reanimate, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think I unfortunately have to deal with this Atali. If I'm going to do that, I should wait. And I will gladly exchange this with the Grim Lavamancer. Okay, they didn't block. I would have blocked. And we can only cast one spell a turn. There's no fundamental reason to do it now. Yeah, alright. So we made a bit of a misplay. Hopefully it doesn't cost us. Opponent plays this. A creature gets +2/+0. Creature does combat damage. Alright, doesn't matter too much. I put myself in a position I feel like I might not have to be in, but I did. I also keep grabbing my cup as if there's something still in it. Actual shambles. So they can kill a Grim Lavamancer, then we take... Kill with Grim Lavamancer, then we take 4. Then we take 5. If they do not kill first, I will block. Because it... Wait, whoa. What are you doing? That doesn't make sense. I will block because they can just kill it anyways. So I'll just block with it. It's the best it's going to do. I anticipate my opponent to, like... Okay, they just do it anyways. This Sphere of Safety has been very, very nice. so far this game. It's been quite nice. Ancestral Mask would actually be a really good draw. Kind of funny. Grand Abolisher. Doesn't do anything. They should not keep that. They keep it. Alright. So, the One Ring. Swing. Do I draw? What do I reprobate? I could reprobate the 3/4. I cannot cast anything, chat. Learning is burning. I cannot cast anything. I could draw a land, though. Tragic. Could have played a land there. Yeah, I can't cast a second thing. The Archon has actually been very annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. If I do draw a land, this exists. I will not... I will draw. I will draw. I need a land, I think. I need a land. This can't deal 2 damage. Alright, they don't minus. Makes sense. I hope we haven't dirtled too long, because it feels like we might have dirtled too long. So, Archon here. And then can reanimate this. I don't like my scenario. I don't like what's going on right now. Play this. Take 2. Yeah, I think we're doomed. I think we're a bit doomed here. Still interested in just... No. No, we're not. We really want our 6/5 here. Alright, the more they cast, the less they attack. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 enchantments. That is 2 attackers. Stopping the Archon lets my opponent discover. It's kind of, like, really annoying. Beginning of raid... Okay, that doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Take 2, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I probably have to kill the Quintarius? Okay, never mind. I should probably kill this. No, the One Ring is going to kill me now. I think we're dead. Oh, I guess not totally dead. Upkeep. What can we search for on upkeep with Sterling Grove? What matters if I was willing to crack that? I feel like nothing is better than just casting Bahamut, so I don't think I should sack this. Why are they swinging with Birds of Paradise? What's going on? Oh, the raid. The raid. Is there any reason to crack this right now and draw something relevant? I don't think so. Okay, I did not draw anything relevant. Ancestral Mask? It would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, this is gone. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, I can still do that. Should I? Is that better than this? I gain a bunch of life and I get to blow something up. Alright, I'm casting this. I'm casting this. We're gonna kill the card dealing damage to us. And then we're gonna swing. We gained 9. This might just be enough life where I don't want Ancestral Mask. And any trade is favorable. So this attack is clean. This is a gnarly game so far. Oof, we're gonna have to reload some of this flammable water for you YouTube folk. Also, the attack back is pretty miserable with the sphere of safety. Pretty miserable. Okay, looks like we are going to do the trade with the commander. Makes sense. So it doesn't get value. But it kills creatures, so... Okay, so we have... Okay, wait, my commander did not die. A bit odd. I think they could have put one more point in front of that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Full trade, doesn't matter how I organize. Okay, well, I didn't expect to have that. So Reprobation stops Grim Lavamancer. I will take that. This is slightly better than any alternative, in my opinion. I mean, I could take the other card, but I'd rather just... excuse me, I'd rather just do this. This doesn't deal with the issues I'm presenting, so... I'm going to put a stop here because there's still more to think about. Opponent draws a land for the turn, sure. Now we have a 9/9 blocker. And they can't spin Quintarius. Okay, you can swing with one creature, but you only have one creature to swing with, and it can't really attack, right? Okay, I think we've got it. Feels kind of lame to blow up a Birds of Paradise, but I guess it is what it is. There is Ancestral Mask. Oh, right, we have Trample Trap. We don't have to blow up that. We don't actually have to blow that up. Alright, we'll get Ancestral Mask. I think this is, Is it lethal, actually? Hold on. Is this lethal? Hold on a second. Let's blow up that. I don't like that. I don't care about my journey target. Oh, why can't I target this? It has Shroud because of my Shroud. Alright. I think this is lethal. It's looking pretty lethal. Nice. I don't know if I could have went for this last turn. I don't know the math. I don't know the math. Opponent, all you had to do was click pass. It would have just killed you with damage. I feel like that's faster than conceding, but alright. 15. Yeah, this is super, super lethal. Yeah, this might have been lethal last turn. I did not have Reprobate in play. I could only cast one spell because of the Archon. So maybe it wasn't, but... I'm sure there was a way to make this game maybe less close than it was. But, no, it didn't matter. Really cool game, though. Sweet. Look at that. Ancestral Mask. Look at it getting there. Look at it get there. I'll be right back. I have to use the, bathroom. All right, what'd I miss? What'd I miss? No, I didn't miss anything. Tragic. Oh, I missed a cat. All right. Opponent gets rid of Crux of Fate. Adorable. How adorable. Can't say I care about that. Wait, what? Angel enters? Huh? Okay. What is happening? Okay. So I can't cast my commander. Guess I'll just play this. Do I ossificate this? Sure. Let's just deal with the threat because it exists. I mean, I could have waited with this. I don't know. Maybe waiting with my Weaver was right. I could copy this, though. It's kind of the same. Oh, I got my opponent scared about something. Don't know what it was, but okay. That worked out. Okay, One Ring is interesting. No enchantment. Yeah, we're gonna... Actually, we should lead with this. Okay, now we don't care if Soren flips, so we'll just play another Menadork. They can't send the Soren face. I wonder if it makes a food token. Do you care about Menadorks? I wouldn't really care about Menadorks. Does it make a... wait, is a blood token food... It's a food token. Yeah, I would always just make a food token. But okay. Alright, one of our best draws... Should hold this, right? mana efficiency is way more appealing. It's another game where the mana, I mean, the One Ring could be dangerous. Definitely a dangerous game for the One Ring here. Okay, I can beat Lyra. Well, that's how I do that. So, decline. I can reanimate that card, take out Lyra. Probably the best idea. Can actually do two things here. Okay. Wheels are spinning. Let's actually take out the Lyra forever and just slowly take out the... Well, actually, I can leave them with the... I'm going to leave them with the Reformer so they can't just gain life sporadically for their commander to flip. This seems more efficient. Like now they can't just flip it with an Angel. Alright, looks like the One Ring is now the main goal here, so we got to make sure we don't lose to that. Oh, I should have played the champion first. Should I have actually? Yeah, I should have played this first. Okay, my bad. Should have played it first. The infinite cards are a-rollin'. Alright. We'll swing. They can block with the Reformer. I will kill the Reformer if they do, though. So maybe they can't. I could have taken either target here. Why is chat meowing? Have you not seen my deck sleeve? Learn your lore, buddy. Learn your lore. Or get out. No in-betweens. No, it's a cat. According to the people who are really into Final Fantasy, it's a cat. She doesn't make, like, cat noises, though. She sounds like an English person. Or like a Gaelic, maybe? Gaelic? Like Anglo-Saxon accent. She doesn't have, like, a cat personality like a stereotypical cat anime thing does. I think I play Pock next turn, right? Yeah. Do you have the 2 mana rock? We do! I'm not going to deal with that one with my cards, though. I'm just going to cast this. Could cast out this. I'm not going to. There's a lot of redundancy in here. I'd rather do it on a 4. That's not a 4. Do we have double 2? We do not have double 2. Alright. I can technically shut this down. I don't know if I should. Probably should, just to be mana efficient, because Planar Disruption doesn't do much else. So I might as well. Should have swung first, though. I don't think they're ever blocking, but I should have swung first, in all fairness. I will cast that out for 5. Yep, we're going to cast that out. That's actually quite dummy huge. I forgot I could copy it too. I'm actually going to copy it and take out the other mana rock, and then it's completely lights out. Ah, yes. Just gonna look at this for a bit. Just take a gander. It's like a desktop background level quality. Look at that. What happened to Ujin? Oh no. Is your reign of terror over? Have you had your 2 months? Just getting hosed by permanents that are actually colored. Like the perfect scenario for you. Just can't get there. Tragic. Does she have a tail? I don't think she has a tail. Unless she does. Oh, hey, I got a Twitch chat DM. How much you want to bet it's a bot? Let's see. Is this a bot? I can't tell, actually. That person typed like a bot, like straight out of India, but they also said things that didn't incorporate trying to sell me anything, so I can't tell. Sphere of Safety might be one of the best outs to Jetmir if I expect the game to last more than 4 turns. Let's play this tapped. I will play this turn too instead of Arcane Signet. One of the few cards in the game, in my opinion, that are actually worth casting over Rampant Growth on turn 2. Assuming you have access to Rampant Growth. So, yep. It's just one of the scenarios that actually casting this is probably better. We are, like, hiding behind Sphere of Safety, so it could just, like, not work out. But we'll see. My whole game plan relied on playing this turn, so we shall. Early Jetmir. Oh, we have Lightning Bolt. Alright. Of course we have Lightning Bolt. Of course. Pay 1. Not too ideal, honestly. So I think I'll do this. And this. This gives me a lot of enchantments for Sphere of Safety, and also kind of deals with the same issue while dealing with it very consistent. Assemble the Legion? I've only seen that in play once, and it was from me, and it was horrible. So let's see what happens. I do have kind of quote unquote the perfect answer for it. Tragically for the opponent. We can take time. We have time. We need to do this turn. Prefer the land over the not land. Let's get the land. Yeah, I mean, this is so slow. And again, this stops that. So. Alright, looks like we did get our board state that involves Sphere of Safety, like annihilating stuff. So. Opponent is about as wide as you could ask. Let's take out that and that. Whenever you cast your next creature, alright, human, Sphere of Safety, Arcane Signet, swing with Fenrir. Actually, I can swing with both now. I tried to say good game, but I was on the emote wheel. My bad. But, okay, yeah, so Sphere of Safety is completely lights out, right? They have to play 1, 2, 3. We have 4 enchantments. They have to pay 4 for each creature that swings. This doesn't have any text on it. Even if it did, 1 or 2 attackers is not really going to get there at this point. They're top decking. This doesn't do anything at all. And Assemble the Legion, I mean, look, this is one of my favorite Boros cards ever. It was, actually, you know what? I have it in one of my Legacy decks. And it's just like Brainstorm, Ponder, Preordain, Force of Will, Force of Negation, no Delver. There's, I think Gurmag Angler's in there. It's like some 5-color Legacy nonsense deck. It's on paper in that deck box. And Assemble the Legion is like the main win condition. But it's only in there for people who like refuse to concede to the wall of permission that they can't get through, like Swords of Plowshares and stuff. I love this card so much. It's like the most honest, straightforward, inevitable clock you could ask for. But unfortunately, it's so slow. Like, even if it made a token up front, or started with 2 counters, which I kind of think it probably would at this point, or cost 2 mana. Okay, maybe 2 mana is too much. But yeah, it's just not going to get you there. I like to see it, though. Love to see it. I have never seen anyone play that, other than myself. Super cool. Five what? Oh, because of reprobation. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're right. So it's just like one. It's one creature regardless. But yeah, you're right. You are correct. Alright, we have Subtlety. Looks like we have Subtlety. Maybe? It's not Pact Negation. Can do this whenever I choose. So I choose to do it on my opponent's turn. Yeah, it looks like Subtlety. Okay. I do not care about a Subtlety on my commander. So we cast it. Yep. I'll just put it on top. Okay. Chat, I'm confused now. Bit confused. We've actually not done this. This is the one of the scenarios that has not come up. It's very scary, but we'll see. They can't rely on their commander, which is quite significant. Think I'm actually interested in a pre-combat Greater Auramancy. I also have not seen Mana Drain yet. Today. Alright, well, they didn't want to commit the Subtlety, which is a bit odd. I could be wrong about what that card was, but I don't know if you have no mana and you're passing the turn on my turn, holding priority. It cannot be Fury, because Fury doesn't have Flash. So, I think it's only Subtlety. It was not Pact of Negation. If there's another card that's not on my radar, so be it. But I think it was Subtlety, and I'm a bit surprised they didn't do it here. So, I'm actually so surprised that they didn't do it here that it might not be Subtlety. And I'm back to wondering what it was. It wasn't Commandeer. I don't know. I don't know. I think it was Subtlety. Interesting. I don't know. Should I turn the YouTube and Twitch chat into subscribers only chats? Should I do that? Is that a good business practice? What is this? Okay, I've played against this a single time, and it didn't come up. Scary nonetheless. Alright, we'll keep a straightforward hand, I think. There's a lot of busted top decks I can hit, too. Not likely, but it is possible. NDFC on turn 1 as well. Chat, why does Yuna get to play against all the cool stuff, but the diamond weapon doesn't? Alright, what do we miss the least? Definitely this card. Miss this card. I don't care about this. Is this our first meta drain of the day? Of course it is. Why wouldn't it be? Okay, they didn't use mana drain in a highly exploitative fashion, so I'll take it. If ever Meta Drain was going to resolve, you'd like it to be in a scenario like that one. Let's play Ramp. Seems the safest. I will not deal with the One Ring. Could probably still just straight up lose because Meta Drain is the dumbest card in the game, but I don't know. We can keep trying. I think this is probably beatable. The One Ring this early just basically says you're at 7 cards the entire game. It's kind of just what it says. But maybe I can beat that. Still profoundly stupid. Yeah, let's reinvigorate the curse. Come on. Wait, there's nothing they could have. Never mind. This doesn't do anything. Okay, I don't know why they did that. Yeah, just to draw. Fine. Forgot this is in my graveyard. I was going to take the curse. Yeah, I'll take this instead. They have to kill me. You have to kill me. You have 8 turns to do it. You now have less than 8 turns. Reanimate Oracle of the Alpha? I have never seen that in my life. Very interesting. Okay, well, Mage Drain and Dark Ritual in the same game. Never ideal. Never ideal. Okay, things are not looking great, but we didn't die. Let's play this. Let's play this. I guess. Draw. Arcane Signet doesn't really work out too well. Do I cast Static Prison? I don't think so. I think we're just hiding behind our Get Lost, I think. Yeah. I said I think 25 times. Target you. I'm only going to name their commander. I'm not going to name anything else. I could name something else, like River's Rebuke or something, but I don't know. It only worked out one game ever that I named the right card of the hand, which was Farewell. And it ended up winning, because I named Farewell with Curse, but not this time. What do we got? Pretty low on life. You have way less than... I said 8 turns. They were at 16. They are now at 7. Funny how the time goes. One day you wake up and you're just 7, you know? Finality getting Dark Ritual Gamble. Okay. Definitely not looking good for us. Not looking too good. I'm never blowing this up with the Get Lost. They got rid of Consider. They never failed the gamble. Doesn't really surprise me. Sure. What do we got now? What is this doing? Time Walk. Alright, I have to do this, otherwise I most assuredly lose. They also... Oh, maybe they just tutored for the Time Walk. Which would be a bit odd. Actually, it would be very strange, but it makes sense. I guess it makes sense. I mean, the only thing that matters is the One Ring, right? Mana Drain, Dark Ritual, One Ring. They will likely not tap the One Ring. Seems unnecessary. I mean, I'm just chilling at this point. I don't really have to do anything. We're either dead or we're not. Tails End? Okay. No more One Ring. What do we got? Okay, looks like we get to continue the game, I guess. I don't have a productive turn here, though. They have protection. They don't have to tap the one ring again. Static Prison this, I think. That's interesting. Not the greatest, So, start here. Nothing. I'm always exiling this case at this point, so. Okay, what can I tutor for that has any merit? What can I tutor for, chat? Let's see. It has to cost 2 or less. And if I don't find anything worth casting, I could... Oh, I could do Cast Out. I could cycle Cast Out. I think I do. I think we cycle Cast Out. I think that's actually pretty, okay. Feels like one of the best, if not the best things I could do, so. Send a message with a 3/5. Reanimate Cast Out. Let's take out the... Taking out mana is weird. But I think I do. I know this looks very weird, but I think it's the most significant thing my opponent has access to is mana. So, whatever, I try my best. Alright, so we have to rely on... I'm not sure. Oh, they get an extra turn. Yeah, they get an extra turn here. I think that costs me it. They can't cast Reanimate. No, you can't test that one. Diabolic Intent probably finds another extra turn as well. I think that's lights out. There's no way for them to lose more life. I think that's lights out. Yeah, alright, we're over it. Okay. There was outs though, for sure. But yeah, I mean Dark Ritual, they had turn 2 mana drain, Dark Ritual, One Ring. Like I don't know. Welcome to Timeless. You know, I don't know what you want from me. I don't know. I try my best. Yeah, try my best. Dark Ritual, mana drain, One Ring. Literally playing vintage. I can't do anything. Opponent's on like the vintage legacy flow. I've got nothing. Try my best. Showed a good effort, I guess. That was the fastest Surveil I have ever seen. Very impressive. Very impressive. Oh. We're back to slow. Kind of tragic. Weaver of Harmony? Interesting. Sure. What do we got? Not what I expected. all. So we have a Nykthos for, well, literally 4. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can't do that. Can't do this. I have both my nuclear bombs in hand. Opponent not roping on Surveil is nuts. That's funny. Alright, Sithis has done its thing. We're not sad to see this. Oh, no, they can copy it. Come on. That's dumb. That's stupid. Whatever. Stupid dumbness. Oh, that's so stupid, because now they get to discard both of these, and then they get to exile them. Chat, why do people just have the best cards every game? Like, can someone tell me why they have the best cards every game? What's going on? Someone let me know. Show me how to do this every game. I'd love to find out. Alright, on the bright side, if they actually do double this, it's kind of a nightmare if my commander lives. If it doesn't, I guess nothing matters. So, they did not copy it. Tragic. You must now kill my commander. Okay, chat. Mistakes from the opponent, I think, might have sort of, in some kind of way, been made. Mistakes have been made, chat. They just gave me overwhelming splendor. Definitely a mistake. They went from, like, the perfect thing in the observable universe to ripskis. Alright. Okay, well, you know, if ever there was a very emotional roller coaster within less than 5 turns, that was the game. This is a hyper-efficient opener. And, like, this was about to hose us, but they didn't have the Commander Punish to top it all off. If it was up to my opponent, they would not discard anything, because then this does nothing. But they didn't. Kind of crazy, actually. Kind of crazy. That was a very... That was an emotional game. Okay. If you lose enough? Yeah, but what defines the best hand? How does Wizards... Do you trust Wizards to give you the best hand? Because I don't. I don't trust Wizards as far as I can throw them. How do they know what the best hand is? The highest weighted cards in your deck? According to them? According to Wizards, Llanowar Elves is completely fine, so I don't trust them. Their best is probably like mid. Alright, it's the Ureni that needs other stuff. Sort of. Why does everyone have this island? What is happening? Sphere of Safety is actually really good. Okay, my opponent didn't have mana drain, so I guess we get to keep playing. That's pretty cool. Could have left up swords, but who cares? Whoa! I haven't seen the green one before. That's really cool. I like that. Alright, so no mana drain. This does, in some sort of way, stop my opponent from actually attacking me with Ureni. They don't have haste, though, so that's not actually entirely true. Alright, what do we got? What do we have? We have the D21. Alright. I don't like that one. Probably gonna deal with that one right now. I don't like it. Ureni can keep doing a thing until I stop it. I guess I should? I guess I should, yeah. Probably a good idea. Oh, come on. No! Oh, come on, bro. Okay, we're good. Alright. Anxiety quenched. No combat trick. Let's play this on Ureni. Oh, come... Okay, wait. Fine. Fine. I thought it was Beseiju. Thought it was Beseiju, chat. Everything's fine. Everything is as fine as it can be because there's no other scenario where it can't be fine. Let's play one ring. Step. I did not play a land, so land is ideal. There we go. I will not crack Curse of Silence. Have your little stuff. Spell Pierce? Would have been a little bit shambled up. That's true. Minute shambles, to be sure. Probably should have tapped this first, actually. That was a bit of a odd move. That thing? Just take 8 damage a turn until I don't. Burden for 8. Alright, well, when you have that, I guess nothing matters. Am I dead? No, I'm not dead. I don't have any else, though. I don't have any else. Yep. Enjoy your win more card that you probably shouldn't run. Tragic. That's not true. You should run that card, but I'm upset, so you shouldn't. This actually feels like one of the first sweaty commanders I played against. It took 3 hours. Huh. I feel like that's the case. Maybe it doesn't. Alright, well, yeah. Maybe I was right. Just one of the first sweaty, ignore you forever commanders. Fight against them. Oh man, look at all these blue cards, chat. Look at all these blue cards. Oh my goodness. A bit tragic. 2, 4, 5, 6, flares. Okay, doesn't matter. Still gonna play this tapped as a creature for the turn. I've just emanated that I have this in my hands. Not much I can do about it though. So casting my commander doesn't accomplish much. So we'll do this instead. Spell Pierce? No? No Spell Pierce. can't respond to that. Of course, they had the perfect fetch land, why wouldn't you? Pretty good draw, I think. I have to deal with Mythweaver Pock, though. Oh, let's not pass the turn. Well, at least this person's playing really fast. That's always a plus. If you're gonna play max sweat, might as well play fast. Doesn't really accomplish much here. Yeah, it is what it is. I will not do anything. I have to kill Primeval Titan, which is like the saddest thing ever. Yeah, I think I have to kill that. They didn't go straight to combat. For each one, is going to duplicate a random creature. Okay, so they get a 1 through 10 random. I think the 10 is a problem. Alright, we blew up an island, I guess. This opponent is like really fast. I'm impressed. I have to kill this. Yeah, I have to kill that. So... Okay, well, Jin-Gitaxias is pretty scary. Let's take out Jin-Gitaxias, I guess. Oh, am I still dead? I think I'm just dead, aren't I? Why does it all have haste? Hold on, wait, why actually did all of that have haste? I'm confused. Why did that have haste? One between the X and 1. Why did they have haste? They all say they have haste. I feel like why do we have like these like okay. This is my 2 cents. My 2 cents. I don't think Magic the Gathering needs cards like this. Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm just saying I don't think cards like this should exist. You could just make a card that is paper viable, that is basically the same thing, right? And maybe I die to it still. Maybe it still kills me at 12 investment mana, right? 2 and 10, maybe it still kills me. I don't want to play Momir Basic when I'm playing Magic the Gathering. I don't like Momir Basic. Okay, I just think this is stupid. That's all I'm saying. Okay, I think this is stupid. I was dead basically no matter what, even if they gave me the turn back. But it feels really stupid to just die the same turn they cast it. Also, if they just did not swing with Jin-Gitaxias, I also would have lost. Because this would just... Right, like I'm not... If my opponent read the cards that they generated, They would not swing with this, but they didn't read them. They just swung all out. That's just really stupid to me. I don't know. I don't like that. It just kind of just takes me out of it. Very stupid. Most of the alchemy cards are like innocent because they're not very good. But like when one of them just Hearthstones you, it's like, what? Bro, I'd rather just go to a casino. Like I don't know. It's just dumb. It seems unnecessary. I don't think Magic needs that. I think Magic is fine without the whatever that is. I don't know. Just very dumb. Okay. I could Blainer Disruption that. I think I should. Yeah, it's just doing something for the turn is quite useful. So. I like Farseek. Yeah, that's the thing. I think I'm dead anyways. But it's just kind of lame that they just randomly got haste. Even if even if they got random haste, it would be tragic. All right. Well, speaking of tragedy, apparently stopping Birds of Paradise was too much for you, so maybe you should have thought about your mulligan more. Maybe you should have thought more. Maybe you should have used your thinker, opponent. Instead of getting upset, I answered your Birds of Paradise. I bolted the bird and my opponent gave me the snooze emote. That's kind of funny. Alright, I think I'm done. I gotta put food in my system. So, okay. This is actually pretty good. It's different. Well, it's different enough from Scythus that I can assess it on its own. Because if it was just a Scythus 99 without Scythus in the command zone, then obviously it's phenomenal. But it did enough unique things apart from this card that I actually kind of like it. Now I don't know how true that really is, because I'm actually not a Scythus player when it comes to tier 1 commanders. Like the Hell Q, as it's called. I kind of play Keenan more. And I've actually played a little bit of Ragavan too, but I'm mostly a Keenan enjoyer. I don't really like Scythus, but I've seen what Scythus has done like 1,000 games, because again, I just play tier 1 all the time, off stream. This does enough unique things that I really like it. All the sagas are really cool. You cannot, definitely a difference there, you cannot rely on your commander to do anything at all. And that sounds kind of doomer, but it's true, because it costs 5. That is not welcoming to Historic Brawl. You cannot just play a 5-mana commander and expect it to do anything in this format. It does show up with Ward 2, which can matter, especially if your opponent actually spended their mana on their turn. You might actually get a trigger. And at 5 mana, there is a moderate chance you actually reanimate something that you had cast in the game before you cast Yuna. I don't like any of the mill cards. This has not changed after playing. Rumble and cards like Rumble are the most ideal things to do with Yuna if you care about your graveyard. Before Yuna shows up, and before your opponent had blown up any of your enchantments. I still think this, even after playing a bunch, that this is not the right path to go. I just don't like these cards. Cards like this specifically, not the like, oh, mill a bunch and then you randomly get one to your hand. I don't like those ever. But these, slightly different. Slightly different. Was it Once Upon a Time? Wait, whoa. Once Upon a Time is kind of nice, but the rest go to the bottom, right? So it has to be kind of like Rumble. This card is really good, but not in this deck, I don't think. I don't think this deck welcomes it. We're not like creature heavy, and we're not land heavy. So probably not a good example, but you know what I mean. If you want to mill yourself, the card that mills you must be very, very, very efficient at what it does, to the point where I would argue it has to compete with like Brainstorm or Consider, maybe Seek New Knowledge. It has to compete with these cards. You can't just mill yourself and do nothing. The card that kind of gets away with that, if I were to, I guess, give a more brazen example, would be like this. This is totally happy and fine playing things that mill cards, and the mill cards themselves don't do anything else. Like Stitcher's Supplier. That's a black card, actually. But, you know, if there's a green equivalent, and I'm sure there's plenty of green cards in Nethroi that actually care about, you know, milling yourself. Those cards have to do something, where in our deck, they're not really doing much after you play them. And to me, that's way too slow. Unless you're all in on your graveyard like Nethroi or Squee and Slimefoot. So I don't like that. And that hasn't changed after having played for 3 hours. I don't like that. So I can't recommend the mill cards, except Mesmeric Orb, because this doesn't need help. It happens forever, and probably will find multiple, endless, actually, it will find endless cards for your commander to play with, and that's totally fine. But cards, even like when we had 6, right? We had 6 in here for a second. I probably talked about this in the intro already, but 6 was in here at some point. It came out rather quickly because it took it out of the deck, not came out into play. It took it out of the deck rather quickly because it's not fast enough. It's not fast enough. And what it does is a bit random. You can't decide the cards you mill. You can't put what you want in the graveyard, right? Because we have green, it makes more sense because this isn't a black-white commander, which, I mean, it could have been, but it wasn't. It needs to, like, the green in the deck is actually functional as ramp instead of, like, milling yourself to then reanimate things. It just makes more sense to ramp into the enchantments and just cast the enchantments. And then, if your opponent answers the enchantments, you have access, sometimes, to them again if you resolve your commander through the infinite mana drains, that is Timeless Brawl. So if you actually get your 5-drop in play, and your opponent has answered the things you've done already, that's way more efficient for what Yuna's trying to do. I really like this card. This card actually beat Ujin on its own, which is hilarious. I didn't expect that. But yeah, it's colorless, so if they can't deal with it, you can get it twice, because they can't answer Yuna at instant speed outside of Null Elemental Blast. So this actually, this is the Ujin matchup destroyer, and it was funny, I actually had it that game. Greater Auramancy and Sterling Grove at the same time can stop Ujin players as well. I don't think that's realistic, but I do think that giving all your stuff Shroud is insane. It doesn't matter what you're doing with it, especially if your opponent has to blow this up, and then you reanimate it, so you do it again. Could be a huge problem for a lot of decks, right? So these are huge. I didn't actually start with this card. I forgot this card existed. It's also a mythic, so good luck with that. But Mirari's Wake is better than I think it is every time I play it. I think this effect is really good in colorless, to where it's at its best for Forsaken Monument. But here, in a green deck, I was surprised how efficient this was. If your opponent feels like they have to blow this up, it's a very bad scenario because because I cast this, you can assume I have at least 5 mana instead of 10 or 12. I have 5 mana because I cast this. Then I'm probably going to lead up with Yuna to try to get it back. And that is a huge problem for a lot of decks. You're presenting a lot of questions that have to be answered. And if you ever untap with this, it doesn't matter if you don't have a 10 or 9 drop in hand. Doubling your mana is just insane, right? I mean, the mana ramp is the best thing in this format. It's kind of the best thing in any singleton format. Not just historic, timeless. I'm calling it Timeless Brawl forever. Not best in Timeless Brawl, but just every singleton format ever. Same with Standard, same with EDH or whatever. So fast mana is insane. If your opponent doesn't deal with this twice, then it's a pretty good chance this ends up pushing you into the stratosphere. Your opponent's stuck on, ocean level. Huge fan of this card. I think I'm still right about the saga that makes knights. I said it in the intro. I think I'm still way, way disinterested in this card. Nothing had changed. There were really no games I played at all that, even if I was winning or losing, this would have been the right thing to put into play. Right. At 8 mana, even if you reanimate, if you're the all-in on mill thing, and you have the 46 mill cards, and you expect this to get milled from your mill cards, and you're all in, Unicorn Yuna, then sure, right? Casino Yuna, if you mill this, great. No, I don't like it. Oh no, I broke everything. Not a fan of that card. Not in historic, timeless, not really in anything. But I really did like this. It's nice at 9 mana. It's nice to reanimate. It's nice against what you should kind of expect to play against sometimes, and maybe not every game, but like if you see Ujin a lot, this is huge. Hugin. Really huge fan of that. This is just way better to me than the Knight card. Just at 8 mana, putting this in play can completely just ruin your opponent's attempt at doing anything. But yeah, Mesmeric Orb is kind of the only card I think is worth playing that cares about filling your graveyard. I really do. I don't like Rumble. I don't like the other ones that look at the top 5, put one to your hand, put the rest in the graveyard. You can play those, but you are always better off just playing whatever Sithis is interested in doing, which doesn't really involve milling yourself. I will say there is a ramp package in here that I don't think Sithis would care about. So it is different enough from Sithis that I can recommend it. Other than the fact that you're not stuck in Hell Q playing Yuna. If Yuna was Hell Q, then you can't play it. You would just always play Sithis, and you're just stuck there. Because Sithis shows up when it matters, plays alongside your entire strategy. This does not. But because this is not in the top bracket, it has play to it. If Final Fantasy cards get assessed in a way that's unfavorable, specifically this one, where they do decide it is in Hell Q, then you can no longer play this, in my opinion. You must then just play Scythus. So, but that's not the case. That's not where we are. This is not in Hell Q, so I can recommend it. Right? These are things you have to think about and consider when playing this format. And I think that's kind of unfortunate, but it's the nature of things, and it's not going to change. So, all in all, I like it. You don't need auras. I think it's kind of a bad aura commander. A lot of people were recommending the 3 mana Calyx a lot today, which I do not really recommend. You can play it on turn 2 with a mana dork or something. And if you also have an enchantment to go with it, of really any degree, doesn't matter, it doesn't be like the craziest enchantment, it's kind of nice. But it is a 2/2. It does require enchantments to go with it. The whole deck is enchantment based, so, you know, I can see the argument why people think I should put this in the deck. I just don't think it's reliable when it comes to actually swinging. And maybe that's just okay, but I don't think it is. It doesn't seem like a reliable card. You would always play Cultivate instead of this at 3 mana. I just don't like this. I think it's too slow. If you play it as your non-commander, your opponent might mulligan in a way where they can deal with a 5-mana card and don't care too much about a 3-mana card. That's very scary. But I don't think that we play into this card enough. Maybe if we were all in on the auras, this is more ideal. But then you could just make the argument you should just play this in the command zone, or one of the other green-white things in the command zone. Scythus actually is fine with auras too. Scythus is just the best thing to do with green-white enchantress strategies, which have been in Magic's life basically over 20 years. I mean, green-white enchantress effect kind of decks have been around forever, right? Before Modern was even considered a format. Before Pioneer, before anything. I mean, this is one of the most prolific, stapled kind of strategies ever. And this competes with, at this point, about 30 years worth of cards. It has a lot to pit itself against. And as long as Wizards keeps the Hell queue where it is, and they keep assessing cards appropriately, then this is playable. But if you, even a single game, play Yuna, and Sithis is in your opponent's command zone, I would recommend never playing this ever again, because you would just play this. And if you're expected to play against this, then you should never play this, because you just play Sithis instead. So I kind of envision that happening. It didn't happen today, but when these get deck weights and card weight values to see where it goes forever until they change it again. It took them forever to change Mythweaver Pock. This is one of, I think, 3 or 2. I think 2 that I can remember, but probably more. Where this commander was, like, cracked in half, and it wasn't weighted appropriately. So it was playing against weaker decks, and it was just destroying everybody for like 2 or 3 months because it was in a weird queue and a weird weight. I don't know why they did that. It was before they changed how the deck weight system operated, and the only reason they changed it is because we discovered what it was, and they're like, oh, people are going to play accordingly. So they had to change it, which is the dumbest reason to change it, but they had to make a move at it was their move, right? We moved we showed our hand, they had to reply. Otherwise, they broke the format once the score system was discovered. So, Mythweaver Pock might be the reason why things are the way they are single-handedly. This was kind of like the last thing that was egregious in that nature, where you could finagle your deck list and play against pauper players with Mythweaver Pock for some reason. And I'm staying on the subject a lot right now because this is one of those commanders that is close enough to Scythus, I'm going to swap between them for the rest of my life, where if this is weighted too high, you have to play Scythus instead. If it's weighted too low, then it's really good, because green-white enchantress effects strategies are just really good. So if it's too low, your pauper opponents are just going to get trampled, and that could be a problem. So this could be one of those commanders that actually gets into this stupid scenario, a very stupid scenario, such as, but not limited to, Geist of St. Traft, where they think this card is so good that you cannot play it in lower brackets. And I kind of agree with that, because if your opponent isn't prepared for this, and you give it like flying or evasion, or, do whatever blue-white likes to do, then your opponent's going to get completely trampled by Geist St. Traft. But if you're up against Keenan and Scythus and the other 15 Hell-Q commanders, suddenly Geist St. Traft is terrible. It's awful against the tier 1 commanders. Like, really, really bad. I've played Geist St. Traft a lot. I tried to make it work. And because it's in Hell-Q, you can't really make it work too well. I'm sure there's someone out there that, you know, has some success. But, like, on average, it's not doing so hot. So I envision this commander to enter that paradigm of they don't know what to do with it, so it's probably gonna go into what's that word? Not paradox, parably. What's the word? Purgatory. I said it. This will probably enter purgatory, where you cannot play it because it's stuck in tier 1, and then you have to play Sithis instead because there's no reason not to. And if it's too low, it's really, really good against weaker decks because green-white Enchantress effects are just so... You have extreme consistency, a lot of mana, a lot of card draw, actually a lot of life gain too if you want, a lot of face protection, stuff like Fear of Safety. I wasn't playing Ghostly Prison, but you could play Ghostly Prison as well. So there's a lot of resilience, a lot of endurance, a lot of card draw. It's a very scary opponent, a very scary deck to play against. Especially if you don't have Farewell every game or Cleansing Nova every game or something. And I don't expect most people to play that, right? Farewell's kind of all over the place. Cleansing Nova, I don't think you should expect to play against sometimes. But Farewell is kind of like the one card you don't like to see. River's Rebuke is actually not too big of a deal if your ramp spells are not mana rocks. If they are, it's kind of bad, but our ramp was not really mostly mana rocks. I mean, we have mana dorks, but the ramp spells, like, you can't bounce them, like Cyclonic Rift and stuff. If you just kind of respect those cards, you're in a better position than you were if you didn't, so you might as well respect them. It's kind of free enough. I like all the rampant growth effects. I don't feel like playing 2 mana rocks was necessary. So, yeah. This is probably going to be a Purgatory commander. That's my take. That's my take. That's my TED Talk. Expect this to be in Purgatory, where it's in Tier 1, so you then might as well play Scythus, because there is literally no reason not to do that. But if it's not in Tier 1, it might be too problematic for the rest of the format. I could be wrong. It's not like I won every single game. This actually wasn't the most successful 3 hours I had played in any with any commander. Like, Tifa is pretty scary, you know, so like blitz you out turn 4 or whatever. But I can envision problems here, so we'll see. There's green-white Enchantress effects that are not Tier 1, but I would argue probably a bit slower than this, so maybe they're safe, even though this is at 5 mana. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But let me know what you thought about it. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Who's they? Maybe they hate Poct? I don't know what that means. You make a no sense, huh? Alright, I'll see you guys. I will see you guys... I don't know. Who's they hate Poc? I mean, who doesn't hate Poc? Poc is disgusting. I'm trying to think... I don't know when you said that. It could have